Well, wasn't expecting to make this video or this intro. So I recorded a whole 1 hour 30 podcast about who I am and what I do and why I haven't made this thing and some life stories. But about 2 minutes in, the video fucked up. And about 1 hour in, for about a good 15, maybe even 20 minutes, the audio begins to fuck up. So bear with me. Just a fair warning. It's still a good listen. You learn a lot about me. You learn a lot about basically everything that you want to know. And yeah, sorry about that. Look forward to next week's guest video. Which will probably be the best video that we make. I'm hyping it up a lot. Cheers. Of course, that would happen to me on my first solo cast. Hopefully, first and only. You guys see that? Yeah, you guys see that? I also gotta minimize it all. Literally picked the worst class to pour that into. Was inspired by Post Malone, if you know what I mean. Anyway, what's up, guys? Not the same set as usual, you know. This week I did not have a guest. Not that it was hard to get one, but it kind of was. I do have one set for next week, though. We're actually filming that one on Wednesday, which sucks because I was hoping it would have been in time for tomorrow's video, which I'm recording this the day before, which I was on Monday. The video goes live tomorrow, and we're recording the next day. The guest is somewhat a surprise. He's someone that everybody knows, but somebody that not everybody knows. That's the best way to put it. He's there, but you don't know he's there. But he hangs out with a bunch of popular guys right now. But yeah, he's gonna be on the show next week. So in the meantime, you guys get to find out who I am. This is my introduction into the whole thing. Let me start off by saying my name is Felipe. A lot of my friends call me Lipe, so I don't know. Whatever sticks with what you guys want, you can just refer to me that, and eventually it'll be my stage name. Choose from Lipe, Reyes, Felipe, or I don't know, Fubagod, which is like my alias for like just about every game that I play. But yeah, so this is gonna be a regular show without a guest. First half of it's probably just gonna be talking about who I am, what I do, what I like, blah blah blah. Second half we're gonna talk about some shit. So yeah, let's get into it. I have my clipboard in front of me like always. You know me. So where am I from? If it's not obvious by now, I'm from North Carolina. I'm from the eastern part of North Carolina. Code word Eastern. If you know, you know, basically. What are the things that I like to do? What do I like to do? I like to. First of all, I like to play Overwatch. If you can tell, that's not even all of them right there. I'm trying to collect the whole cast, like the whole Overwatch cast that's been released. I'm at I think 14, but you know we're gonna try to get to 29, and you know by the time I collect them all, it'll probably be like number 32 now. But yeah, I'm a huge Overwatch fan. Talk about that more later. What else do I do? I I used to be really into DJing. My controller's sitting right behind the camera. Uh, Yesterday I actually dusted it off. I say dusted it off, but I mean I'll fuck around with it from here and now and then. And I did a little live stream on Facebook. It turned out it showed me just how much I've unimproved from my last endeavors with the DJs. It's not something that I really give up on. Like I always wanted to be like like Hardwell Tiesto, be that big guy on stage. But just like producing music, like it could never stick to me. Like well, I know some stuff on FL Studio, but like how do I put this? I could never find the style of music I wanted to make. I couldn't make it for that matter of fact. Maybe I was just too impatient. I was just like, man, I want to make this music. Man, I want to get it out. I want to be famous. I want to play up in Raleigh. I want to play fucking Pulse in Raleigh, which doesn't even exist anymore. I wish I could have played there. For like a monthly rave, they had like the best lighting and production, like stage equipment that you could put on a show with. The guy that did it, Buddy Borman. Hopefully he'll come on the show one day. You probably will, honestly. Why wouldn't he? But yeah, like that stage had more production than I remember. Who was it? The Never Say Die tour of like 16 or no, it was probably 16. That'd have been 16. Was it 16 or 17? I can't remember. But it was Eptic, Barely Alive, and Must Die thing. Yeah. And oh my god, they used the stock lighting of the venue. And I don't even think they had like a stage. I think it was just playing like on a foldable table, like the ones that we use for the podcast, which was pretty sad considering like uh you know these are somewhat big DJs. Like these are friends of like Skrillex and shit like that. And at the time, Eptic was like really popping off. But I guess I don't know who owns Never Say Die. They couldn't throw them a couple $1,000 for like a stage and a tour bus. I don't even know if they had a tour bus to be honest. But yeah, short story. I don't even know how you say it. Short story of it. The music was good. Eptic played a pretty shit set, and I don't mean like shit as in like it was a shit. It was like crap because it was the most generic thing ever. And yeah, the stage was crap. But I would like to get back into DJing as much as I used to. I still listen to EDM all the time. My favorite artists are EDM artists, so and you can even tell. Yeah, we're rocking the ADC shirt, so I'll talk more about later. Hmm. What else do I like? Well, besides DJing, along with DJing, especially electronic music, raving. I go to a lot of raves. I try to go to a rave at least once a month. This coming up week, I think next week, Alan Walker's coming. Never. I know he had like those one or two songs that are like really popular that everybody plays or whatever, but I never, I never really dove into his discography like that. I mean, I've seen like the stage, like the show, like the recap videos, and it looks pretty fucking awesome. But I don't know if I can find some people to go with, and if work doesn't tie into that, I'll definitely go. I think it's actually pretty cheap. It's probably like $20 right now for Alan Walker. The dude has like 3 million followers on Instagram. Dude's pretty famous. But yeah, before that, the last rave I got back from was what was the last rave I got back from? I went to Virginia. I went to Richmond. Okay. Yeah, my favorite artist. Like, as you can see, like I was wearing the shirt in the last episode. That's where I got the shirt from. I went to Richmond for OK. If you don't know who OK is, he's just like a not even generic. Well, why would I say generic? I was just about to say generic. He's a DJ. God, it sounds like I'm fucking throating him, but I'm not. I swear. He makes not future bass. It's definitely not like hard trap or anything like that, but it does have the trap drums. But it has like a lot of what he was going for. I'd imagine was like a '90s sounding EDM, which really it comes off of. You listen to the song. I think it's called "Feel Alright" or "All Right," and like the drum kit on that song is just like it sounds very '90s. Sounds very childhoodish. and the synths and the chords that he uses for like those songs is very. It's not like anything you've ever heard before. Check out the. I think it's called the Wow Cool album, and you'll definitely get a feel of what a Vokay is. He used to be like a really just like a hardcore like mega trap DJs like the ones from like 2015 where like they wear all black and leather jackets and shit like that. And I don't know, I really gravitated toward him. I've seen him once in when he was opening for the Chainsmokers in 15. Once opening for Datsick in Norfolk, and then headlining his own tour. I think it was a Wild Cool tour. And it was Virginia also. It was at Peabody's. I think that's in Norfolk too. And then I just recently saw him in Richmond, like I said earlier. But yeah, uh, I've been to a lot of raves, to say the least, and concerts. What else do I enjoy doing? Overwatch, DJing, raving, longboarding. I longboard mostly during the summer and the spring because nobody wants to go outside and have to put on a jacket, sweats, and then sweat in them while you're longboarding. Or maybe it's just not for me. But I don't know. I only like longboarding in the heat or a feel good day, to say the least. I don't know why, but I have partying up here. Do I party? Um, I party more than the average individual, maybe. Probably not even actually. I remember about last year, maybe 2 years. No, I think it was last year, like beginning of last year, all the way through the fall. Me and my friends would go to a party like every weekend. It felt like, and then even back to back, like Fridays and Saturdays. Don't ever think I went to a party on a Sunday. Maybe we were just chilling at like a friend's crib or something. But nah. But yeah, I used to party a lot. Do I still party now? Mm. I think I scared myself into stop partying because the last time I threw a party at my house, uh, needless to say, I had too much to drink and did some very stupid stuff. Uh, don't drink, kids. It's bad for you. It's really bad. It makes you act stupid. It makes you talk stupid. It makes you stupid. It makes you fat. It gives you a beer gut. Cheers. I don't know if you can tell I'm drinking that just to loosen up a little bit. Recording these is one of these is like by yourself is harder than I thought. Maybe I just need to like turn down the lights and like look at my computer or something. But I don't know. It's something about There's nobody even here. It's just me, and I can't even like talk on the mic correctly. I can't even pronounce words. But yeah, shit is crazy, fam. Uh, Let me talk about my life a little bit. Where do I start? I was born and raised here in North Carolina. I am 23 years old. Uh, 6'1", maybe 6 foot. Definitely not 5'11" because I'm not five anything where it matters. Scratch that. Don't. I'm gonna cut that out later. I probably won't anyway. But yeah, I'm like 6 foot tall. I weigh like one. I don't weigh one anything. I weigh two. I think I'm at 270 right now. 260. I was on a weight loss journey last year, at the beginning of last year, which I'm starting over again right now. I'm hitting the gym hard. I was at my heaviest, which was in like 2015, 2016. I swear I was at about 300 pounds, and I have pictures to prove it. I just like there's a picture where I was at Buffalo Wild Wings with a couple of friends for a birthday, and I'm just kicked back in the chair, just like double chinning the fuck out of it with my fat ass gut just in the air, looking at everybody with my legs spread wide open. I'll post it one day, but holy shit. I got all the way down to 250, 252. I can't see it. I have like on the back of my door, my room door, I have a chart with I weigh myself every Friday. I put the date and then the weight, and I just keep going down, 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 down. And yeah, I think my lightest was 253, 252, but I kind of my goal was to get that summer body that I never ever had. Because every summer, me and my friends, we take a trip to the beach, and amongst my group of friends, I am the biggest, tall wise. No, actually, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the tallest. Actually, I am the biggest. So I don't even think there's anybody that's. I think I am the big guy of the group. Holy shit! Excuse me while I go cry real quick. I'm joking. But you know, I surround myself with people that want to be around me and that appreciate me for being me. So I could care less. They like me for me, and yeah, I'm always the biggest guy in the group, and I really dedicated myself that past summer and spring to losing weight. And of course, you have your slip ups and everything, but I think I stopped after June or July. Maybe it was August. Yeah, I think it was around August. I just stopped. I couldn't keep up with my routine anymore. I mean, I all right. So my routine consists of at first it was chicken and rice and broccoli every morning. Just stuff my face with it, which I don't know if it's good or not. If you're a fucking nutritionist, please help me out with this. I'd appreciate it. Message me or anything on Instagram, on Twitch, on fucking email. DM me on IG. I literally just said that. But I would eat. I still do it because it's my routine that it worked for me. So it does get boring, but I like the food. I like what I'm doing. It's not hard. Yeah, but I feel like my body's kind of adapted to it. I need to find a new way of either I need to try harder or I need to find a new way of doing this shit. Okay, but the routine's eating all that in the morning. At work, I usually work in the afternoon, and I would get my lunch break around 6, maybe 7, sometimes 8 o'clock, and I would eat these little bowls of I don't know what it was called. I don't think it was Fit and Active, but it's one of those light type brands. It's like a little bowl of food, and it's like they have different flavors, like meatballs and marinara or chicken alfredo and broccoli or fucking the little things that are stuffed, the shells things that are stuffed. All those funny onis and yinis and eddies and spaghettis and whatever. But the point is, I would eat one of those, and then I would go to the gym afterwards. When I got back from the gym, I would stop by a Walmart and grab this little $2.50, not even $3 thing of it's like a little packet. It's like a little kid's lunch, I guess, but maybe for adults, it's like an adult snack. It had cheese, sometimes pretzels, sometimes nuts, and then it would have carrots or broccoli or stuff like that. It was just like a little small packet, and I would eat those actually. I would get out the gym at like 12 maybe. I would go in the gym at like 10, 20, sometime after 10, and I would get out around 12 and then shower at the gym, and then I would get home around 1, eat that, fall asleep at like 4. I have a really bad schedule. I don't know why I'm saying this, but yeah, I have a really bad schedule. But that was working for me quite well. Not gonna lie, it was working pretty good, and I lost what I weighed myself. I was 291 at the beginning of the year, and I stopped at 252. So I lost basically 40 pounds, which was crazy for me. I had lost weight before when I was my freshman year of high school. I think it was my 8th grade. I was leaving my 8th grade year, and I was no, it was after. It was before my sophomore year, yeah, because I'd already done wrestling. And wrestling, I was 270 something. I was a little freshman, couldn't even bench 95 pounds. Yeah, a big ass dude that was not strong at all. And yeah, I would go to the gym with my mom. I didn't have a car at the time. I would just work out. Honestly, what was even my meal plan? I think I would just eat salads all the time. Just eat salads. and I dropped from 270 to 250, which is the most I'd lost at the time. And then from there, you fucking, I think it was 250 throughout high school. And then you graduate high school and holy shit, and you work fast food and you pack the pounds on, man. You don't wake up at 6 in the morning anymore to get sleep deprived. You don't burn those calories that you burn by not sleeping at all. And holy shit, man, it just packs on the weight. So I packed fucking 50 pounds. Holy shit. Did I really? That's a lot of weight. Hold on. Let me just check my mic is still recording, guys. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we're good. But yeah, packed 50 fucking pounds. Holy, I literally just did the math right now. I think at my lowest I ever was, like, in my what I would consider, 15 years old, maybe 16, 17? 15. I'll go 15. I think the lightest I ever remember being was like 242. And I think the jump that I made was right in between like 8th grade and freshman year. I was probably like 2 something in 8th grade. When I turned a freshman, I was like 270 something. I know my growth spurt had something to do with it, but I mean, eating also had a lot to do with it. Holy shit. I'm really opening up about myself right now. I might just start crying. But yeah. What the fuck was I speaking about? Weight loss. But yeah, the most I ever lost so far. And yeah, whatever that means. So I'm at 268 right now. So if you're like a nutritionist, if you could debunk a couple of theories for me, tell me like what I need to do. So like I said, I'm 6 foot and I am 268 pounds right now. I didn't even tell let me tell you my routine that I do in case you're an actual nutritionist and you want to help me. Okay, so in the morning I wake up around 12, maybe sometimes 1, but it has to do with my work. I work in the afternoon. And mega in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock, or like 1 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock, shit like that. I wake up, I make myself white rice. It's always been white rice with any kind of chicken. It's usually, I usually cook it with olive oil. It's chicken breast. I cut it up, put in olive oil, season it, whatever. Sometimes I add broccoli, sometimes I don't. And it's 1 cup, like a little bit less than 1 cup of rice that I put in there. And it steams, and it's just a big old plate of rice. If you flattened it out, you could probably cover this whole thing if you flatten it out. But it's just a cup of white rice. And no, not like a cup of white rice that's been cooked. A cup of white rice that has not been cooked. And then you pour it into the thing, and then it cooks, and then it's like that much. But yeah, I'll do that. I eat that. What I've been doing recently is I eat that, and then I go to work. I have a protein bar, and then I go to the gym, and then I go home. I go to the gym, then I go home, and then I don't eat, which is probably, I don't know if it's that good or not. I know you're not supposed to eat after the gym, but like I said, last year I was eating like that packet of like little snack food or whatever, and then I would go to the gym, or I would go to sleep after playing like video games or some shit. And I was losing weight. I don't know how. Maybe my body's like shifted. Maybe my body's adjusted to it. But right now, I'm not eating. And tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna do the same thing. White rice, chicken, protein bar in the afternoon. That's it. Just fucking starve myself to sleep. Eat nothing for dinner, or go to sleep for dinner, as they say. And that's it. So, on average I lose about 2 pounds a week. Maybe sometimes if I'm lucky, like 4. And sometimes I get peer pressured into going out to eat because all my friends are small and skinny, and they're always hungry and they don't gain weight, and I do, and it's hard for me to keep this weight off. But yeah, that's my life story. What does it say? Why do I always say that? What was I gonna say? Every time I say that, I don't know. There should be a consequence. Let's comment something. There should be a consequence. I should slap myself on camera or do something like run outside or some shit. I don't fucking know. But yeah. I wanted to say it again, but I cannot bring myself to say it. I will not say it anymore for the rest of this podcast, for the rest of the show. But what about my life? I don't know. Throughout high school, throughout middle school, I was good in school. I never got written up for anything. I never had to go see the principal. I was always, not to say I had amazing grades because, man, after fucking middle school, just grades just, I don't know. I'm always a huge procrastinator on anything, which sucks, but it's the truth. Hopefully, if I make it far enough in this business, I'll change to a completely different person. You guys will see me grow and whatnot. But I was never like a really good student in my grade. Like there was classes I was accelerated at, like geometry and arts. I'm well, back in the day I was a really good art student. I have a medal right behind the camera that that basically shows I was really good at art. And back in middle school, I know I won the art contest and I drew like Naruto or some shit like that, and it was really good for a fucking 12 or 13 year old that I was. Yeah, I used to draw a lot. Don't really draw anymore because I found new hobbies, as you can see. Or as I said, I started DJing and shit like that. I got really into electronic music, which reminds me a lot about my life experiences. Before I get into that, I played sports wise, seventh through graduation. I played soccer because it's my favorite sport and that's what I wanted to play. I had so many offers to play football because I was just that big beefy dude that you would want on your team to go tackle everybody, I guess. But I still, and to this day, I still don't really understand football like that. I know there's like downs and like offsides and like turnovers and fumbles and all that shit. Maybe I do understand it. I don't know, but yeah, like I just never was really interested in it. I did wrestling for like a year, my freshman year, and then I got fucking destroyed in it. I wonder how I would do if I tried it now. Well, if I tried it now against somebody my fucking age, I'd probably get fucking mollywopped. But yeah, I played that, and then I did tennis for 3 years, my sophomore through my senior year. I sucked at that too. Well, I mean, if you see me on the court right now, you know what I'm saying. You get smacked because I don't know what it was. Like I stopped playing tennis for a while, and then I came back and I just rally easy, like it was first nature. I guess is what you say. I still can't hit a serve like Federer or anybody like that, but or like Nadal. But I can return a ball hard. I can punch a hole through your shirt. Yeah, that's basically my life through high school. Everything really changed after like if you're in high school right now, uh, I know you hear this all the time. I got bullied like a motherfucker in high school because I was that big guy. I smiled a lot. I always look mean. Well, how do you smile a lot and look mean? That's one fucking ugly smile. But no, people would always clown me because I was a big guy, I was fat, and they were sometimes smaller than me usually, and were like, haha, fat this, fat that, flick your fucking man boob or like make fat jokes and whatnot. Which it sucked, but in the end, it only made me stronger, like everybody else would say. But it really does. If you're in high school right now, uh, it gets better. All right, listen. Listen. After high school, you have a bunch of options. All right, look at it this way. If my parents came to this country, well, like most parents, I'm not even gonna lie, illegally, but they're citizens now because of the whole, thing way back in like 90s or 80s that they had a chance to actually do it. But they came here with literally working in a. Usually, I think both of them work in like factories or like the fields, of course. My dad now, my parents basically, they have this big ass brick house. He has a '09 F-150 now. He has he has a band. He plays in a band. My mom, she has like a 14 Escape. My brother has a 14 Mustang. I have a 16 Fusion. You ever see the Fusion with the crack bumper on the right side on the highway? Say what's up, beep at me. But yeah, you know, you don't. What I guess what I was trying to say by that is you can, if you feel like the place that you're living is just like complete hell and you don't want to be there anymore, you can move away. It's not as hard as you probably think it is. It might be for some people. I don't know why, but finding a decent job shouldn't be too hard. And I guess that all ties into, like I'm saying, like it gets better. Like you, after high school, nobody has like a profile, a status. Like let's say you're like me, you're the kid that's getting bullied. You're down here, and then there's like those guys that are really cool and popular in high school. Maybe some of them were your friends, maybe some of them weren't. After high school, a lot of people that were up here are now down here, and I mean, I've kind of like, if you're my friend and you're watching this, I don't know, like I wouldn't say I got popular, but a lot of people know me from where I'm from, and I'm definitely not that same kid that I was back in high school. It mainly changed around my senior year. Like I'd stopped letting people like bully me, and I started not bullying back, but asserting your dominance in a not such an asshole way. I don't know if that's how you say it, but like I said, statuses, social statuses, they don't matter once you leave high school, because that person that was bullying you, maybe they had a rough life, and maybe they're still gonna have a rough life after they leave high school, and they're gonna be working at Mickey D's, and you're gonna be going to college, and or even not going to college. You guys are gonna be in the same. Okay, you know what? uh, it'll be fun. Okay, just trust me. Just have the willpower to get up every day and do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Unless you're doing something like killing people or some shit like that. It's pretty obvious. Don't do that. But social statuses don't matter after you graduate high school, and colleges don't even matter. At least where I went, because like nobody knows each other, and everybody's just like I said, nobody knows each other, and nobody knows anybody's background. They don't know if they were bullied in high school. They don't know if they're like lame. They don't know this. They don't know that. And I come from a small town, so if I can, basically turn into a completely different person, you can too. Like I was saying before, like the people that are up here are now my friends. Which, well, some of them were my friends before, but like now they see me as like a regular person instead of like some weirdo, which I still kind of am, uh, to say the least. But yeah, that was a pretty long speech about fucking bullying and social statuses and work and traveling and all that shit. Oh, damn, that brings me back to my last point. You may have remembered that the THC Temple mentioned this in our first episode of the Weird Show. He mentioned the homie Alejandro. So Alejandro was my best friend throughout high school. I met him. That's where I met my current best friend too. His name's Alex. We were like a cheesy way to put it, the Three Musketeers. And holy shit. Anyway, we would always hang out together, and being so young, when you graduate high school, like the first thing you think is like, yeah, man, we're 18 now. We don't have to go to wake up school anymore. We can go work if we want to. We can go to college if we want to. We can go fuck around. We can stay up until the sun comes up. We can go party. We can do whatever. But then you don't think about what, like, okay, so you know that he passes away. My friend, he passed away we're essentially fresh out of high school. You know, summer, go through the new year. Uh, January 14th, the day of my life that I'll never forget. I was just getting off work, working fast food at McDonald's, and um, I get a call from my friend's sister, and because it just reminds me of what happened to me a couple weeks ago and my family. Which I don't know. I guess talking about it is the best part, or not the best part, but the best thing to do, just to let it out. I guess it's a coping mechanism. I get a call from his sister, and I hear, like, I thought I heard like laughing in the background, like they were playing a prank on me. And I'm driving home. Well, I wasn't even driving home. I was actually just leaving work. Oh no, wait! I got home, and she called me. And like I said, I thought I heard laughter in the background. She was like crying, and she was saying that he had passed away. And I clearly you don't want to believe it. And I was like, oh, what's that? Then who's in the background? I was even laughing, and it makes me feel like an asshole because I was laughing. I was like, wow, you guys are really gonna play a prank on me like that? Ha ha ha. But I was genuinely laughing, and she was telling me no, it's not a prank. And what turns out the laughing was his mom just crying her eyeballs out in the back. And oh man, uh, it turned out that our families had known each other for God knows how long, even before we were born. Because I think they said that we were born in the same hospital. Actually, his birthday is the day before mine. So I don't know. I feel like just me and him had a really strong connection ever since we met. Just like he's one of the coolest dudes ever, and he was he was super into EDM too. Like he was the raver that everybody knew. He was the weird kid. He had long hair. He was the original raver. He'd wear the raver jeans. He would wear the Osiris, the Vans, the fucking DCs, the I was just like the Cookie Monster shit. He was that guy. He would dance drum and bass. He would dance hardstyle. He would shuffle. He'd wear the fingerless gloves. He'd wear the lighted gloves. I remember. Oh my god, I remember that day. We went to Spencer's and he saw the light up gloves and he had to buy them. Oh my god, I remember that day. It was the oh my god, yes. It was the day that it was a summer that we got out of high school and we were young. We were 18. We just wanted to go fuck. We had cars. We were like, dude, let's just you. I remember that day so well. I remember that day so well. We were just at cookout, and I think I just left the house because I didn't want to. I just didn't want to be home. I wanted to hang out, and I left the house. I was like, dude, meet me at cookout. Let's get something to eat. And it was like 4 o'clock or like 3 o'clock. Probably no, it was probably like 1 o'clock. And I don't think either of us had ever been to Raleigh at that point. Cause yeah, I think I'd been once when I was like 16 with my brother. But we go or we meet at so we meet at cookout and we're eating, we're done, and I'm like, "Yo, what are you trying to do today?" He was like, "I don't know, man. What do you want to do?" I was like, "Dude, let's go to Raleigh." And he was like, "Are you sure, man? It's like an hour away." What am I lying about? He was like, "Hell yeah." Actually, he said, "No, yeah." He was actually like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, I think I was the one that actually I was like, "Are you sure we should do it?" And then so we ended up like, "Yeah, let's go to Raleigh and let's just go get lost," which was always that was always our plan because our other friend Alex the whole time he was with his girlfriend. It was just me and him hanging out mostly. It was always our plan just to go somewhere and just get lost and just experience life and just see everything we possibly can. And I'm so glad that I did that as much as I could with him while he was here. But I also remember that day. It was the day I have a bunch of pictures of it. It's my profile. It's my banner on Facebook. He was wearing one of those like cut off sleeve shirts that was white with like the I think it had like the weird designs that you get from like Rue 21, the Carbon brand or whatever. It has like the stars and like skulls and shit. And he had like the white jeans. Like who wears white jeans? And he had white shoes too. And like his haircut was like the beaner haircut with like it's like the mohawk kinda with like the tips are pointing down, kind of like fucking Jin from Tekken, and then the back is like the ducktail where it like sticks up. One of the swaggiest hairstyles you could have back in the day. And back in the day was fucking 2014 for me. But yeah, I remember that day. And so we just went to there's a picture that we took, and I remember that day so easily. I remember I used to do my hair all the time too. We went to a place called North Hills because, like we said, or like I said, let's just get lost. Let's just go somewhere and let's just go to Raleigh, route to Raleigh, and then just from there we just do whatever the fuck we want. So we ended up at a place called North Hills, and I remember we basically just explored the whole thing. Like if you go to North Hills now, there's more than there was back then. There's like restaurants, there's bars, there's a Target, there's like a Foot Locker or some shit, like a sports store, there's like an outdoor store, a Rolex, probably more shit now. And I know back then it was like a big grassy area where there was like nothing, but now it's like lined with apartments around like this big courtyard in the middle. Kind of, it's like a stage actually. And I remember that day it was like a bluegrass band. It was like a small concert, I guess, in the North Hills like park, and it was a bluegrass band, and we were like joking around. There's a video up there or on my Instagram I think, or on my computer, where I'm like, dude, I think we're at the wrong rave, and he's just like, then he's like, ooh, rave, and I was like, wow. And we stood out like a sore thumb. Keep in mind, this is North Raleigh at a bluegrass concert, and there's just two Mexican guys, black hair, one dressed in all white, so he already sticks out like fucking the sun's beaming down on him. He's shining like a fucking diamond. And I had on like a blue shirt, I think, and like shorts and Vans, but we just stuck out so much. Man, the greatest memories I ever had with that guy is the ones where we just fucked around and just we didn't know what we were doing. And after that, we went to Raleigh so much. I remember we would just fuck around a lot. Where we're from or where I'm from, we just like Raleigh is like the go-to place rather than like G Vegas or fucking yeah, that's it. Either G Vegas or Raleigh. But yeah, I remember went to Greenville a couple times too. G Vegas. For those that don't know, if you're native, hey, G Vegas, bro, shockers. But yeah, Alejandro was the greatest guy alive. Nobody ever had beef with him. The only person he ever had beef with was his girlfriend, and that's because she was cheating on him. Which, ooh, she was cool, but she cheated on him once. And my ideology is that if once a cheater, always a cheater. I remember Woody's gamer tag saying it, telling his wife that the day that you cheat on me, it's over. You don't get a second chance. You don't nothing this, nothing that. He's not taking you back. It's over completely. You knew what you were doing. Blah 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 blah. But this guy, being the dumb motherfucker that he was, he took her back like a dumbass. Maybe it was for whatever, or maybe he just wanted something, but he still took her back. Why am I putting my boys in hers business out there like that? At least you don't know her name. But yeah, man, I could talk about this guy forever. I remember another memory. There's also a video of it. Damn, I could do a whole podcast just talking about him. The greatest to ever do it, honestly. Um, damn, I didn't even finish telling the story about the day that he passed away. I remember there was this girl. Oh my god, there was this girl. She was a year older than me. Super hot. She was like the Miss whatever of a town that's like a couple miles away from here. Miss Pickle or some shit like that. Let's say this girl's name was Lynn. Let's just call her Lynn, which is not close to her name whatsoever. I'm not even being sarcastic. It's literally like two different prefixes and suffixes. But Lynn, I had messaged Lynn. I found Lynn through Hot or Not, which, remember Hot or Not from back in the day. And I messaged Lynn or through Kick, and we flirt. And I'm an ugly bitch, and she's really hot. And she used to work somewhere around here really close, and I was too scared to even go see her because I'm ugly and fat and tall and whatever. And she was a cheerleader for her school, but for some reason she was talking to me. So she was actually part of this apprentice program at a local college, and I only wanted to go to see her. And that day, I think the roads were flooded actually too. Yep, the roads were flooded that day, going the way towards the college. She was like the student or whatever that the professors chose because like she was really smart, and she works there now. She's actually an actual professor, which good for you, Lynn. If you know who you are, Lynn. I forgot your last name. She has a kid now though, still pretty hot. But this guy, he would always just live to seize the day. Alejandro. He was like, "Yo, let's go," and I was like, "Nah, man, I'm just gonna stay home." Yada yada. I don't feel like going anymore. And he was like, "Come on, man. I know you want to see that girl." And I was like, "Nah, man. I'm ugly anyways. Uh, I'm just gonna stay home. Blah blah blah. This blah 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 that." And there's that piece. I've been looking for the vacuum so I could vacuum my fucking car. It's right there, and I guarantee I'm gonna forget it the next time I vacuum my car. Anyway, I was like, "Nah, man. She's way too hot for me anyway. I just not just not go." And I was so nervous. And the dude was like, "Yo, I'm coming to your house right now. I'm gonna pick you up and we're gonna go." And I was like, "Oh my god, dude! I don't even think I said yes." And this guy, about 30 minutes later, not even 30 minutes, probably like 15, not even 15, probably like 10 minutes later, he shows up outside my house, and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" And I was 18 at the time. My dad had like all the control over me still, and that's how it still is in under a Mexican household. Which well, it's not the same as it was before, but you know, whatever. I'm a grown man to put it the least, to say the least. And it was like the sun was going down. The sun was already, yeah, because by the time we got there, the sun was already down. So I got there, or he got there, and I was like, "Oh my god, this dude is crazy." And we end up leaving. My dad actually ends up letting me go, and we go to this place. And as soon as I walk in, oh yeah, even before, uh, they had like a little. The reason why we knew about this was because they're having a little like announce or like whatever they do at schools to like come to our college and whatnot. And like she's so beautiful, Lynn. You're beautiful, or you still are beautiful if you're watching this. Short little white girl, blue eyes, beautiful smile, long, like poofy golden hair. It was like straight, but it had so much volume to it. It's like anything that you've never seen before. And it's like Carmen San Diego hair, but like blonde and like golden blonde and like straight blonde, not even dirty or anything like that, but just blonde and the bluest eyes and like the hips. And she clearly she won the fucking pageant. She was Miss whatever where she was from for a reason. And like at that point, I'd already been talking to her. So this was even before school ended actually, but it was still 2014 because it was senior year. And what was it? I felt like the man to say the least because we had already been messaging. She knew who I was. I know who she was. We've sent pictures before or whatever, not like nudes or anything, but just like Snapchat or whatever. And all the guys were so fucking thirsty for her, and the only reason why they went up after the seminar was to go up there and like try and talk to her. And I know one of my friends was trying to talk to her. And what felt like was a real feels good man was when I got up there and like I was just listening to the guy talk while she was standing on the side. And I go up like next to her and she sees me and she's surprised. She's like, "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here," and something like that. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, how are you?" And it was the first time we met in person. And then like after like during that, like my friend was like a bunch of my friends and like guys looked at me and they were like they were all just shocked that I was talking to this fucking beautiful ass girl. And keep in mind, I was still that ugly fucking big, which, like I said before, I'm still that, but big Mexican dude that's ugly as shit and whatever. But yeah, that was a real feels good, man. And okay, we got back. Okay, so we left to the college. We went there, and oh yeah, I don't have it on me anymore. We're actually sitting over there. It was a machining program where you make shit with machines. Like it was like early 3D printing to say the least, or maybe it's like 3D printing still because I had one 3D printer there, and it was like this big, and the models were like that big. But it was like machine where it cuts the metal with water and like aluminum and stuff like that. And I remember I got there walking up to the campus. I was like, "Do you know what, dude? Let's just turn around. I don't want to be here right now." It was like, "Dude, come on. You're gonna see her tonight." And I was like, "Oh my god, Alejandro, come on." And so we ended up going in. They had free pizza too, so I remember that. And we come in. We're already like an hour late. And that was another reason why I didn't want to leave. We were already like an hour late. I was like, "Dude, this shit started an hour ago. We shouldn't even fucking be going now." He was like, "Dude, just fuck it." And I keep that mentality till today. Even if I'm late to anything, I still show up. And thank you, Alondra. We show up. There's not really like a big conclusion to the story, but it's more of like a feels good man kind of story. Uh, we show up, free pizza. We sit at the very back with some dude that I think I've actually seen before, more recently, surprisingly. And after we got there, like 5 minutes after we got there, then they commenced the tour of like the actual classrooms where they use the machines and whatnot. And she sees me and she's like, "Hey, this and hey that," and she helped me make like these little figurines back there. And so all that passes, and I think I talked to her like twice during that whole tour thing. And at the end of the thing, this is the feels good man part. When you're an ugly guy like me, and like I said before, like the hot girl acknowledges you, even just a little bit, like lets you know that they're thinking about you. I guess you get a feels good man right here and right here. And like, all right, okay, so we're leaving, and she's just waiting there in front of like, for some reason, everybody was back in the classroom. Like, not everybody, but like half the people. And we were leaving, and I was just leaving without saying bye. And I'm walking out the door, and she's like, bye, Felipe. And I was like, I think I gave her like the weirdest smile. I was like, bye, bye, Lynn. Oh, God, I was about to say her name. And I was like, bye, Lynn. And then we walk out the classroom, and we walk into the courtyard, and I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. She recognized me. She acknowledged me, which later meant absolutely nothing because I talked to this girl like a little bit, and I think she completely ignored me after that. But the moral of the story is, I don't know, your friends are great, and they push you to do things even though they seem dumb, and they work out in the end. But I mean, if I can do a podcast about this guy, maybe when my best friend gets back in town. I didn't even tell you about that. The Three Musketeers. One of us died. The other one moved literally to the other side of the fucking country. Fuck you, Alex. And he lives over there now. But the thing that keeps us connected is that we play Overwatch together every night, which is crazy. I remember I used to not want to play Overwatch whatsoever, and now it's my favorite game to exist ever, or whatever, besides Bioshock and Skate. And sorry if I was talking off mic. Yeah, we stay connected through Overwatch, basically. PC games. What was I saying before that? There were Three Musketeers. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. There's so many stories that I could say about this guy. He took me to my first rave. It was a paint party in Halloween, and it was the worst thing ever. It was my first rave. Uh, we got there and nobody was. There was like two people on the dance floor. It was like it's famous for being a Mexican club, and it's called Capital VIP in Raleigh. You know what that is? It's like the ghetto Mexican club of Raleigh. And we show up. I got in for free that night. I remember because he was paying for himself. or maybe he paid for me, but I remember him saying he didn't pay for me. And so we gave him our hand, they stamped me, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go in. So we go in, and there's like one person on the dance floor, everybody sitting on the side. I am in the club wearing gym shorts right now, and I think Alex was too, which is the funniest shit ever. Uh, I'm in the club wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt and like sneakers, cause it's the club. That's where they're hosting the fucking thing. And oh my god, it was one of the most memorable raves, but literally the worst one because it was like 12, no, okay, not 12 people, but it was like 30 people. And if you think about 30 people in like a big ass dance floor, there it looks like there's only 5 people dancing, honestly. And there was like a bunch of like emo girls that never been out. You could tell they never been out because they were like all shy and they were doing this thing and they were like just looking around and like not even dancing and stuff like that. So it was hilarious. And that was my first time actually going to like a dance or anything like that. So my whole mindset there was that I was nervous as fuck, but also the mindset that I keep till today is that I tell new people that come with me too. Even though this place is an hour away from where we live, like you're never gonna see these people again, and these people are never gonna see you again, more than likely. So just go out there, act a fool, and just have fun. That's what raves are all about. Just being yourself and accepting everybody for whatever the fuck they want to do. Unless you're being annoying, like that one guy that was tripping balls and like trying to fuck with me at a rave, and I was so ready to punch him. But that's another story. But yeah, like it's what I tell everybody when they go to me with me to a rave. It's just like a lot of people there are drugged out too, so they're clearly not gonna remember. Which I don't do drugs. It might just be me. I can't do drugs. I suck at it. Or maybe I just haven't tried the right ones. Who knows? But yeah, there's like 5 people on the dance floor. It was a paint party too, so I mean, I remember I was just standing there like I was one of those people like just looking around because I was so scared to even move. Like all the fat just shifting up and down in the room. I was so scared to do anything. And my friend was over there getting grinded on by girls, and I was like, "Damn, Alejandro." And at one point, I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm never gonna see these people again." And then it was 2014, so the big room just started smacking, and I was like, "Yeah." And I look at my friends, and we're all just jumping and fist pumping and jumping and doing this and that and all this and that and the other. And that is just one of the most memorable moments of my life. Ever since then, it's just like I wasn't the same person ever again. I realized that nothing matters, and that life's too short to not experience it all. I guess I really learned that after the 14th, but it's crazy. That's really where his story ends. Besides that, I mean, he lives through me. Really, it sucked. I hate to be the downer in this, but yeah, I mean, you learn to cope with it. He was like a brother to me. I have a brother, and I love him very much. So even though I don't show it a lot of the time, but I love him to death. And if something were to happen to him, man, I don't know how I would act whatsoever. But man, if you've not to say if you're on the verge of losing somebody, if you ever lose somebody, no, they can't be replaced unless you're a heartless bastard. No, they can't be replaced, but they can be. What's another word not to say replaced? They can be. I don't know. Everything else sounds bad. They can't be replaced, but there's other people that can make you happy also. And thank God I found those people at the time that I did. I mean, I had friends, but I don't know. It was just like nothing ever worked out right. Not to say that I still have these friends. The friends that I'm talking about before, I still have them. But just like I wanted something new. I wanted adventure, and these guys weren't really about that. I still love you guys. If you're watching this, I love you guys. I love you to death. Hey Michael, I love you. But like, I went to college and I found these new group of individuals that wouldn't tease me, which I guess might have been a problem with the last people. Was it? I don't know. But they looked up to me. They didn't look up to me. I guess I'm like the leader of my group or whatever of friends. But I'm so glad I found them at the time because man, when something like that happens, I didn't find them then. I found these guys in 2016. But it was like a whole year, 2 years of me just like not knowing what, like, well, not, I say not knowing what, like, of, how would you put this? Of searching. I don't know. These group of friends I've done so much with. We've been everywhere together. Uh, we've experienced so much together. We've gone through so much shit. We hang out all the time. I wouldn't trade these guys for anything because I love them with all my heart or whatever. Guys, if you somehow watch this, I love you guys to death. You guys brought me so much more happiness when I really needed it. And it's just, you guys are so cool. And thank you for taking me in your group because I wasn't even a part of that group, which is crazy, of friends. I wasn't a part of it, and somehow I found my way in there. It was because it was this girl that I liked, and I tried to hang out with her, and then she invited her. No, we never hung out. I tried to like hang out with her at school, and she introduced me to her friends, and I ended up taking her friends from her. Kinda, she kind of just dipped on the whole group. Her and this other guy. Love you guys too, but yeah. Thanks, guys. I didn't know it was gonna be a thank you video and a life lesson video, but or a life lesson podcast. But thanks, to say the least. There's so much more I could talk about Alejandro. I could talk about him for days. I could talk about life experiences for days, but I don't know. I have so many bullet points on my clipboard that I never went over, and we're at an hour now. We can keep going for a little bit. We still got time. I should be asleep right now, though, actually, but fuck it. Sleep is for the weak. I can sleep when I'm dead. This is what I always say to people. Let's see. What do I like? I also like anime. I have anime up here. Recent in the past couple months, I haven't watched any anime. The last one I watched through and through was Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. If you have not watched that, watch it, watch it, watch it. It is the not the greatest. It is one of the greatest because it really does one of these. It really makes you use this. Well, it kind of makes you use it, but it really blows this. Kind of like it blows the mind out of it, like a really good hooker. Psych, but yeah, it's like it really blows your mind. It has a bunch of like theories and shit like that you probably never heard of, or that you've heard of a little bit, like Schrodinger's cat, which is like if you don't, all right, you put a cat in a box. That's how the experiment goes. Because I took a psychology class, and funny enough, in the psychology class, I did not pay attention to it whatsoever. I just remember the name because it's so funny, Schrodinger's. I think that's how you say it. But you put the cat in a box with a substance or some shit that has a 50% chance of killing the cat and a 50% chance of not doing anything at all. So, I mean, you can't, if the cat's in the box with the thing, you can't see it whatsoever. So there's a 50% chance, or like it's alive, but it's also dead. But you don't know that because, it could be either or, but you don't know that because you can't see it. You can't see inside the box. I mean, I guess you could hear the fucking cat drowning or whatever, but you can't see inside the box. So, what you can't see, it's not there, whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's one of the theories that he uses in there. But it's just so crazy. Like the the character design's cool too. The eye colors are cool. I completely forgot about that. The emotion, the the girls are cool. I guess My Hero is the best anime, better than Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. And the way Midoriya just like fights his way through and just like breaks his fucking hands when fighting Todoroki in the fucking UA tournament is the craziest shit ever. I never experienced that in an anime before, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, you never watched the best anime, or you haven't watched enough anime." I've watched a shit ton of anime. Yeah, but just something about My Hero. It sticks like glue, and it really grabs this. There was times where, like, you just want to say, like, you want to scream to the top of your lungs, like, "You go, Midoriya," because this poor kid's mom didn't even believe in him, which technically she didn't, because I don't know, maybe eventually in the story he'll get a power, but he never had a power, a quirk, what they call it. But I hate when this quirk is just an ugly word. A superpower. He didn't have a superpower, and even his mom didn't believe in him. And this poor like 4-year-old kid is just crying because he's never gonna be a superhero. And then, he becomes a superhero. He gets a power. And it's just so crazy. And then he overcomes every obstacle in front of him. Yeah, fucking Green Naruto, whatever you want to call him. It's the same story over and over again. But still, like, the way they do it, and like the whole cast, it's done so well. Like something that's never been done before that I've seen. Maybe there's animes that everybody's seen that I haven't seen. It's like that, whatever. But it's just done so well. I love it. I love it. I love it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best. You're the best. Fuck Fantano. Even though I subscribe and I love watching his videos. Logic is a great artist. Don't you ever say he's not. If I could turn the camera around, actually, you can see one of my favorite all-time albums right here. The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller. And the other one behind my head. The Incredible True Story, which I have a shirt of. I got an exclusive shirt from pre-ordering some shit or something, I can't remember. And I never got my signed poster, Bobby. Somebody send this clip to Bobby. I never got my signed poster from buying the album on Google Play for like $5. I never got my signed poster. Fuck you. And I was still doing it because you extended the time like by an hour or some shit. So I was still in there. I never got my fucking poster, and I really want it. But yeah, I've met Logic. I've met a couple celebrities, a couple rappers. I met Logic, which is like the best ever. I met OK twice. It's like the best ever too. I've met Ugly God. I've met Lil Dicky. What else have I met? Might just be it. Ugly God's tall. He's taller than me. But if you Google it, it says that he's like 5'9" or like 5'11". I'm just like, what the fuck? I have a picture of us together, and the dude's like that much taller than me, and it's probably because of his afro, but he can ball, so he's a tall guy. That was a fun show. But yeah, I've met a couple people, and famous people. And hopefully, I get to meet more and interview them to this podcast. Which is like one of the main goals. Like, why did I even start this thing? I guess just to answer everybody's question that they're not asking because I don't have an audience yet. Why start this? Working in retail, I get a lot of customers that are like, "Ooh," there's usually a bunch of old ladies, and you know what the fuck they want. They're like, "Ooh, you have such a deep voice. Why don't you do radio? Ooh, let me suck you off real quick behind the counter." And I'm like, I don't know. Do I have a radio voice? Haha, thank you so much. And I'm like, I guess I get it from my dad, which some people might disagree that I don't even have a radio voice, because I kind of feel like I don't, but I kind of feel like I do. I feel like I could do some good voice acting if I like knew Japanese. I could do the villain with, like the ha 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 laugh. I will do an example right now, but I don't want to embarrass myself. I might do it on stream one day. But yeah, people like podcasting. I watch a lot of podcasts, even if I don't watch them anymore. Like I watched the main one that I watch right now that I haven't missed an episode of is the H3 podcast. And then I watched like all the fucking clips of the Joe Rogan Experience. I really want to. Damn! If I could be a guest on Wide Awake Stories on the Insomniac events, like from EDC team or whatever, that would be a dream come true. Cause I love EDM, even though they would like school me in EDM knowledge by like a fucking mile, if that's even a thing. I used to watch TJ Hunt's podcast. I used to watch PK. I haven't watched that in forever. I just recently looked it up like yesterday because a friend told me. Shoutouts to Ashley, Woody's Gamertag. You know, hopefully he'll be on the show real soon. Who else do I watch? Did I already say TJ Hunt's podcast? Even though he already ended it and doesn't even do it anymore. I don't know. There's just me like other people. There's just I have a thing for listening, gaining knowledge. Not just gaining knowledge, but listening to something, just having something play in the background. Like when I go to bed, I will sit my phone by my desk and I'll either let it play a Twitch stream or like a podcast. Just people talking, just noise. I don't know if it's like a fear thing or something, but I mean, I'll fall asleep without music or anything like that too. But I just wanted to just, I have the voice for it apparently. If I could interview people for a living, or if I could have a talk show for a living, it would be a dream come true, honestly. Hopefully I can look back on this segment at about an hour and maybe 8 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, at like episode 100, and I'm like 100,000 subscribers in. Almost said that as a personal goal for myself. At episode 100, what would it be, like almost 2021? Shit, I don't know. It's possible. Hopefully, if people will come on the show. But yeah, if I could meet like my favorite like celebrities and stuff like that through a talk show, I mean, wouldn't that be the coolest shit ever? You could just like ask them whatever they want, and the whole point of the weird show is to not make them feel uncomfortable. But you know, I ask the weird questions, like if you go on No Jumper. Oh yeah, I watch No Jumper too. I used to watch a shit ton of No Jumper interviews. Adam's not gonna ask what's your favorite anime. Ethan from H3 is not gonna ask what's your favorite. Joe Rogan's not gonna ask what's your favorite anime. Maybe they'll ask your favorite conspiracies or like ghost stories. Which, okay, I did get the ghost stories from H3 podcast, but I mean it's too much of an interesting question to not be asking everybody. And so far we've had 2 people on the show, and neither one of them have a fucking ghost story. Which kind of shit is that? Or I don't know. Hopefully our next guest has it. Hopefully. I'm gonna ask. Hopefully he does. But yeah, so I have the voice for it. How did I just forget what I was just talking about? I have the voice for it, and I mean, interviewing your favorite celebrities for a living would be cool as fuck. I don't know. I thought about it. I remember I discussed it with my friends. Maybe rebranding the Weird Show to something else in the future. Not necessarily rebranding, but improving the name or the style or whatever, something like that in the future. And, you know, I mean, there's endless possibilities. There's endless timelines. There could be a timeline where I go from making podcast videos to making exposed videos or like talking shit about people. Or I could turn into a full-time Twitch streamer, or I could become a DJ. I wish. You know what would be cool? If the next time, if I get big enough one day, let's say OK comes to Raleigh, and I interview him, and he's like, yo, I know you DJ also. How about you come on stage for me, or how about you go back to back with me on stage for like 10 minutes? I would fucking cry if somebody asked me that. Any DJ. I mean, if it was okay, I'd be like, wow. No, but yeah, if it was him, yeah, like I would, you know, run outside naked and shoot for the moon or whatever. But if anybody asked me that, I would say yes, let me do it. It kind of, fuck, I kind of come off like an asshole. It seems like a cheap way of like doing what you want to do, like other people are working for it, but like, I guess this is my way of working for it. I don't know. This isn't me like trying to find an easy way of like trying to accomplish a different dream through something else. But I mean, if somebody would do that for me, that'd be cool as fuck. I mean, what people bring Adam on stage, right, for like songs. X brought Adam on stage for songs, but I guess it's not the same as me because he didn't want to be a rapper. I don't think, maybe. But yeah, interviewing people for a living would be the coolest shit ever. And I say interviewing like I do interviews. Technically, I do interviews, but I'm trying to shy away from doing interviews. The whole point of the Weird Show is to I do the interview part, but it gets stuck on it so much that it turns into an interview essentially. What I need to do is start the interview segment, which is what I'm trying to do actually. Like half of the episode would be an interview somewhat, and then the next half we talk about, current events or this and that, or ghost stories or conspiracies. I really need to up my conspiracy game so we can have a really good chat with our next guest. Hopefully me and our next guest can go longboarding too. That would be pretty cool. You know what I'm talking about. You're watching this, hopefully. In a minute 15. Never mind, he's not watching this. But yeah, we can probably go for a little bit longer. Yeah. I'm gonna have fun watching this back. I'll listen to this back. And calling myself out on bullshit. Even though I'm not really speaking bullshit. By bullshit I mean like messing up and stuff like that. Like messing up, not actual lies. Let's see what else is on the clipboard. Music. I listen to a lot of EDM. My favorite. You know what? Let me just open up my phone and I'll read the first 5 songs that I have saved on Spotify to you. Okay, so we're probably just gonna do audio for the next podcast. I will still do cam because I like video. Fuck you, Bailey. Oh, I may have just given it away. It's like not Bailey, but I love you, man. Thank you for letting me do this. Alright, so the last 5 songs I've saved on my cell phone. I like to listen to anything that is catchy, so the first song is I had literally just downloaded before the podcast. Will He, the Medicine remix by Joji. The next song after that I saw on a meme like today, which was Don't Come Out the House, a Metro Boomin featuring 21. Free my nigga 21. Am I allowed to say that? My friends allow me to say it, but I've been saying it my whole life and nobody's ever said anything to me, so don't take that the wrong way, please. I mean, I've grew up around black people my whole life. My school was primarily black. Majority of it was black, so yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like dude now. All right, let's just not get into it. I'm sorry. I'll try my best not to say it, but it's at this point it's vernacular for me. So next song, The Charming Band, the 2011 remaster by the Smiths. I know I saved that one because I saw a video of the Wallows performing it somewhere. And if you've not heard the Wallows These Days, the best song ever. Okay, maybe not the best song ever, but it's an indie song. The drum beat, super simple. Boom, clap, boom, tsk, but slow it down, whatever. It's not house music. The lyrics, not the lyrics, but the melody of the singing is so good. The singers play off each other perfectly. The music video kind of really sparked it for me. It was a really good music video. And then the guitar solo, where the guitar solo is like, it's not your regular like fucking 80s hair metal like being like high pitched guitar. It's like a distorted like low pitched guitar, but it's so melodic because it's a guitar solo. And it's just the best thing ever. And the lyrics will get stuck in your head. It's so good. So give that song a listen. The 4th song I have saved is Last Friday Night by Katy Perry. Like I said, I listen to anything that is catchy, and I remember the song came out like 50 years ago, and I loved it back then, and I love it now. For some reason, I saved that and California Girls, which is right after it, like 2 days ago. It's literally just the catchiest songs ever. So let me give you a couple more examples. 5 more. I'll do 5 more. Electricity by Silk City, Dua Lipa. Diplo's on this song. Mark Ronson is on this song too. What the fuck? But Electricity, that is the best song ever. Shout out to Casey Fry because he is the greatest fucking content creator right now on Instagram. He is so fucking hilarious. Oh my god, if you have never seen a Casey Fry video, just go to his page. You will laugh your ass off for like watching his videos. It will take up so much of your time. Casey Fry is like the funniest motherfucker on Instagram right now. Oh my god, that dude is hilarious. If I could have him on the show, oh my god, I would shit myself. His dancing kills me the most because he just, oh my god, he's so, oh my god, he's so stupid. But yeah, I think that's right. Like I heard the song came out before, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. And then I watched the video and I was like, oh, what song is this? And it turned out to be Electricity, and it's the greatest song ever. I know I say that like I mean it, but I don't mean it. I'm just saying it's like a really good song if I say it's the greatest song ever. Disciples by Tame Impala. Shout outs to Ashley for putting that in the indie playlist. We should get a community playlist going. I love hearing new music. And I'll definitely be sharing new music on stream when I start streaming, which should be like next episode or the one after. Hopefully I'll stream Overwatch for you guys. That song is just catchy also. Screws by Dreamers, indie. The new Marshmello and Sudden Death. The sellout, it's like rhythm or whatever. It sounds literally like just, if you would have said it's just Sudden Death, I would have believed you. Because it literally sounds nothing like Marshmello. Which I don't really know how else the Marshmello collab with Sudden Death would even sound. Because they're two different completely styles, and it literally, Sudden Death style just literally takes over, and Marshmello is like complimenting synths, don't do a thing. It literally sounds like Sudden Death just made the whole thing. And not to keep talking about the song, but literally, where did that collab even come from? Like, what the fuck? See, that was a Sudden Death though, because he's gonna get so much fucking fame and clout and recognition off of that. Holy crap! I'm sorry for looking at the screen. You know, I'm not a professional on YouTube or anything like that. I will keep looking at the screen because I'm sorry, to say the least. I'm sorry. And the last one, Wait a Minute by Summer Camp, which is like a house party, not even a house party, like a progressive house song. And it just goes on forever and just like, boom, boom, boom. And it's so addicting. And it's the best song ever. Let me just talk about my favorite content creators real quick. Oh yeah, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a really good game. I have that as a bullet point over here for some reason. Oh yeah, Overwatch League starts later. In 2 days. In 2 days, Overwatch League starts. Let's go Dallas Fuel. We're gonna get number 1 this year. Effect is gonna carry us all the way. Before I cover my favorite content creators, let me just say. Also, I forgot to mention this when I was saying the reason why I made the podcast. Hopefully, after I get big enough or whatever, I start interviewing local talent. Like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna take over my channel. Maybe I'll make like a sub series to it, but I will start. The goal is to stay on the East Coast because there is so much shit on the West Coast. Like, you already have basically all the podcasts that I mentioned earlier. They're all over there. Like, I mean, maybe podcasts are the new showbiz or like new talk shows, but there's who else is over here? Hot 97, I think, and maybe there. Of course, there's gonna be like a shit ton more, but I don't know any that stick out like that. So, the goal is to stay on the East Coast, but clearly, I will eventually have to either move to the West Coast or fly back and forth. I love the East Coast. The East Coast is fun. I would love to travel the world whatnot. A lot of people come to the East Coast. Let's try to stay on the East Coast, and then like I said, show the love for the East Coast with the talent. Show them talent. Man, if I could have YBN Corday up here, that would be crazy. That dude's cool as fuck. I love his music. But yeah, the goals of the podcast. My favorite content creators at the moment. What do I watch on YouTube? What do I watch on Twitch? Literally Overwatch videos. I watch Noob Hunter. I watch Fresh Nuts. Your Overwatch. Overwatch Central. Overwatch guides. Shit like that. Blizzard guides. Uh, that's about. That's not. Well, clearly it's not about it. I also watch a lot of Mr. Beast recently because he's so close to the area. One of my friends was on a Mr. Beast video, which was crazy. And I messaged him like the screen recording of the video was like, dude, how the fuck did you do this? He was like, he has a plug or something. I was like, dude, shut the fuck. You know, just drove by and you saw it and you just wanted to get a. You got a PS4 Pro for 1 penny. What the fuck? If you think about it, literally, Mr. Beast just gave away everything because I mean, what the, 100 and what did he make? $67, and he gave away like $100,000 worth of shit. Well, it probably wasn't $100,000, but still, it was like a shit ton of crap that anybody's ever given away, and he basically just gave it away. That's a crazy man. Hopefully one day we'll have him on the show, and I will break him down and get all the good answers and questions out of him, and it will be lit. Jimmy, come on the show. All right, watch Mr. Beast. XQC on Twitch. XQC is funny as fuck, dude. The chat. I think actually the best part of XQC is like just the chat and how they talk shit at XQC all the time. It's just the funniest shit ever. It also might just be the way that the little audio thing, the little, I don't even know what you call it, the message reader talks and the English accent just makes everything 10 times funnier. XQC is fun to watch. I listen to, like I said, Joe Rogan. I watch Hot Ones. Oh, surprisingly, don't take this the wrong way whatsoever. I don't, not to say I challenge myself, but I need all that to say this one. I watch a lot of Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder videos. Now, let me start off by saying I'm not conservative whatsoever. Okay, I lied. I'm not conservative. Not whatsoever though. I do lean more to the liberal side, I guess. I would say I'm undecided. I'm neutral. Okay, just so we don't start anything. I'm neutral. I have views on both sides, and well, like I said, you know, coming from whatever background I have, I will lean more to the left side. It shouldn't be anything on the internet. You know, we're all cool. We're all just trying to have fun. If I could have Ben Shapiro or Steven Crowder on the show, that would be amazing too. I'd love to sit down and talk with the both of them, even though they make me mad with all their ideals. But you know, I challenge you to do it. The same thing. Go to like Steven Crowder's channel, watch his Change My Mind videos. Clearly, he has a fucking formula for making his videos where he's never gonna fucking change his mind or whatever. But like, it's interesting to watch the opposite perspective of people, I guess, or like people's other people's views, opinions, or whatever. And sometimes it might change yours. I mean, mine haven't been changed, but I'm definitely not like a crybaby or like, you know, I don't. I'm reasonable on both sides. I'm reasonable as fuck. I like. All right, let's put it this way. If somebody is losing their right to freedom of speech, I learned this from Phil DeFranco, and I know people are gonna hate on me for saying that, but let's say it's like an example was the KKK was having a rally or whatever, like a free speech rally. It is their right as American citizens to speak their mind. I mean, we can sit there and like shout over them all we want. That doesn't matter, but we cannot stop them because it is their right. You know, it's their. I'd hate to get too political on this, but you know, let's just not talk about politics. You know, just challenge yourself, watch some other views and stuff, and you'll learn a lot more about life. Plain and simple. I'm neutral. I'm not either. Let's just stop talking about this stuff because you will get so much hate on the internet for it. Anyway, wrapping it up. What else should we talk about? There's not much to talk about anymore. I think I covered just about everything. I guess I could show you guys off with some music suggestions. Go listen to Who Do You Love by the Chainsmokers with 5 Seconds of Summer. Such a good song. Cuco. Go listen to any song by Cuco. If you know Cuco, Cuco, he just makes the best love songs ever in Spanish and English. Oh my god. The mariachi version of, I forgot the name of the fucking song, but I listen to it every fucking day. It's so good. Follow me on fucking Spotify. If you can find me, I don't even know if it's possible. It's Felipe Reyes, FELIPE REYS. I just gave my whole identity. It doesn't matter. You guys are gonna find me anyway. People already know who I am. You can follow me and follow my playlists. It's a picture of me in a marshmallow costume. Yeah. Well, I'm holding the helmet on the side like this. But yeah, that's me. FELIPE REYS. Just follow me if you want to listen to great music. I listen to all kinds of music. I have so many playlists. I have a nigga screaming playlist, which is a mix of rock, dubstep, and trap music. Just literally everybody's just screaming. You know, it's a new wave, whatever. I have an 80s playlist: Fast House, Summer, New House, songs that sound the same: indie, fucking Moomba tune, dance hall, hard trap, deep house, electro, drum and that's a drum and bass. Drum and bass, sad Mexican hours, boom, tss, that special someone, 80s music, 80s like hair metal, rock, super hype rock, deep house. Like, there's so many playlists that you could just find great music from, and I can guarantee you that. Also, if you have suggestions, put them down in the comments below. If you know anybody that lives in that area, the East Coast of North Carolina, not just the East Coast, but more Middle and East Coast. Anywhere past Raleigh, Durham is still good. Anywhere, maybe Greensboro is still good. Charlotte's good, but that's literally the only place you're gonna find anybody. Is good. Maybe towards Norfolk and Richmond is good. Down south at the beginning of like Charleston and stuff like that is good. If you know anybody that wants to do it over fucking Discord, let me know, and I will try to get them on the show and we can talk about whatever. I love you guys. I really have to pee. Any closing remarks? I don't know. Thank you for watching again. Episode 3 of The Weird Show. The solo cast is what we're going to title it. I think... fuck. I feel like I'm forgetting so much shit, even though I've literally gone over everything. I don't know. Just stay tuned for next week's episode. It's going to be the best so far, even though we're only 3 episodes in. Yeah. Shakas.